Hey guys, it's Stephen here back with another video. Manchester City head to the Emirates tomorrow to play Arsenal in a very big Premier League game. I'm really looking forward to this. I'll be obviously probably a little bit hungover. Maybe not. Maybe I will be. I'm on antibiotics at the moment, so maybe I won't be actually. But either way, I'm really looking forward to this game. It's going to be huge. Absolutely huge, especially considering the context, given that Liverpool and Chelsea play each other the day after that. So today, I'm going to go through this game and what it potentially means for Manchester City. Before I do that, though, I want to say thank you, as always, to OneFootball for being absolutely awesome. If you want to get yourself the best football app on the market, go and download OneFootball right now by clicking the link in the description or scanning that beautiful little QR code next to my face, which you use your phone, get your phone out, scan it, and it'll download OneFootball right away for you for free. Absolutely free. So what excuse have you not got to basically get all the stats and information from across the world of football, get all your Manchester City team news, all the Manchester City transfer news, all the news from across genuinely the Premier League, La Liga, and all that kind of stuff, and sent straight to your phone. Join over 10 million people and download OneFootball, and it also helps support me a little bit as I make these videos. So if you want to help support me and also get all the football information, of course you do, download OneFootball right now. So let's take a look at this game now. Manchester City, of course, currently in a winning streak of 10 games in the Premier League, which is absolutely wonderful. It's the kind of thing you want to see, really. City being brilliant. So good, and I might make a video on this, actually. So good that it sent the world absolutely crazy. And what I mean by that is it looks like football's heads fallen off of the past few days, doesn't it? Everyone's absolutely lost their minds. And I've sort of enjoyed it. Apparently, City are rooting in football again. And once again, I've sort of enjoyed it. Everyone genuinely, just because City won a few games, have absolutely lost it. Everyone making excuses. All the kind of essentially glorified blogs have come out. And I say this as I make one eventually on video. But all these reporters have started writing about how City are actually ruining football and it's not healthy that City are, 2 games ahead in terms of points totals at this stage of the season? Barely anything. But City apparently are awful. They are the worst thing that's ever happened to football. And you've seen so many quotes coming out from fans saying that it's over and they've given up and all this kind of stuff, where actually maybe they should just crack on and get on with it because they've still got City to play and try and win the games and not drop points. Apparently it's City's fault that Liverpool failed to beat a Leicester team with barely any recognised defenders, you know. Apparently that's City's fault. Apparently it's City's fault that Chelsea were diabolical against Brighton despite the strength of their squad and the bench and so on. Apparently that's City's fault because we just are consistent and we're focused, and maybe, just maybe, call me crazy here, maybe we're just better coached. I'm sorry, I know we've got great players and a lot of money and all that kind of stuff, but Guardiola demands perfection because he is perfection, and that's what Guardiola does. So I love it. And basically this is a chance once again, get those points on the board, and we would be, let me quickly double check, we would be 11 points clear, but then obviously they'd have to play each other, those two. A draw there, and all of a sudden you start to think, will they be able to pull that back? We'll see. So this is a massive game of football against a very good Arsenal side. I'll get onto Arsenal in a bit, but they are a very good Arsenal side. I've not really seen any quotes from Guardiola because I think at this time of the year it's hard to get quotes because there's too many games back to back and so on. But in terms of the actual team news and so on, the good news is Joao Cancelo has travelled to London. Cancelo, of course, unfortunately was a victim of an attack at his own home, which is awful. They cut him and robbed from his house, I think, and he got a bang to the head and he got a bit of a cut there. But beautifully, wonderfully, he's an absolute warrior. He's decided to travel with the first team to be available for the game tomorrow, which is fantastic. Joao, an awful, horrific thing to go through, and I can't understand why anyone would be that cowardly, not pathetic, really, to do that to a family. I mean, genuinely, if that is your resort, that you resort to in life, you're an absolute waste of human energy and entity and everything about it. Who cares about those people? Just be decent, man. It's not much to ask for, is it? Elsewhere, there's more good news as well. Kyle Walker was back in training as well, which is really good news, of course. Guardiola did say as well he's not sure whether Rodri would be available for the weekend or not. I'm going to presume we'll find out tomorrow morning because Rodri, I guess that would basically implied that they're not sure if he's going to get past the 7-day isolation period or the 10-day isolation period. In the UK, if you have a negative test on the 6th day and the 7th day of your isolation, you can essentially don't have to isolate anymore. So he could be available, but he might not. We don't know. I think that's what Guardiola might have meant. I guess we'll have to wait and find out. McAtee's back in training as well, which is nice. Obviously, a very talented youth player, James McAtee. Got an awful lot of time for him. Him being around the first team again is lovely stuff. But obviously, the big one there is Kyle Walker's available, which is massive for our defensive structure and organisation. John Stones, I think, is still out. I've not heard anything to suggest otherwise, but we'll have to see, I guess. In terms of the actual lineup, I think we'll see. I think it's going to be relatively predictable here. I could get this wrong. But I think Ederson obviously will start in goal. There's no real surprise there. Ederson will start in goal if Ederson's available. And it looks like Ederson's available. So he starts in goal there. I think Kyle Walker will come straight back into the team at right back because his pace, his organisation, essentially, he makes us relatively counter-attack resistant. And that's what Kyle Walker brings. And given they've got tricky players and players like Martinelli and is in great form and Saka and so on, and obviously Smith Rowe and Lacazette's doing all right at the moment, Walker, I think, will play in this game. Then I think it'll be Diaz and Laporte. Ake was really good the other day for what it's worth. I thought he had one of his best games in a City shirt. But having said that, given the fact that Walker's available, I think Cancelo will make himself available. I think we'll see the return of Walker and Cancelo at fullback, personally. Cancelo at left back, Diaz and Laporte, and then Walker. Shame for Zinchenko. Definitely a shame for Ake. He was good the other day. But this is what I reckon will happen. Because I think Cancelo, he's probably mentally a bit traumatic. But I think physically, the little cut on his head, I think he'll be okay with that and just crack on. Midfield, I keep saying this until it's happened. Gundogan was rested the other day. I thought Gundogan might play in midfield instead of Fernandinho. Now I'm convinced. I'm not convinced, but now I've got a really strong belief that Gundogan could be the one that starts in midfield. Gundogan at number 6, I reckon. He's done it before, away at Arsenal. That famous 3-0 game, I think, where Sane scored that wonderful goal after all the passing moves. I'm pretty certain Gundogan was playing at 6 then. Someone correct me if I'm wrong there. I feel like he was. I know he's played away at Arsenal before as a number 6 and done really well. But I think Gundogan will play there. I think it'll be Bernardo and KDB in midfield. Gundo with Bernardo a little bit deeper alongside him, and De Bruyne obviously behind the forwards there. I think we'll see some changes again. I don't think Jesus or Grealish did enough, really, personally, to maintain their places the other day. I think Sterling will come back into the team on the left, and probably rightfully so. He's our biggest threat at the moment, alongside MAHREZ. Those two are our biggest goal-scoring threats at the moment. So MAHREZ, I think, will come back into the team. MAHREZ on the right, cutting in, and the guy, he's had more goals and assists for us, I think, in this calendar year than anyone. So he's had a great 2021, and MAHREZ is brilliant at the moment. Absolutely will revel this game, and so will Sterling as well, given the fact that he's against, his former favourite coach's club, Arteta. Sterling, that's Arteta apparently. I reckon Foden will play through the middle. Scored a lovely goal the other day, worked really hard, and I think he's done enough to get ahead of Grealish at the moment currently. So I think Foden, Sterling, and MAHREZ will be how we line up there. Could be Jesus for one of them, but I think it will be those three personally. So we get to Arsenal, and Arsenal have really turned things around for them. They're comfortably at the moment in 4th. They're 4 clear of West Ham. I think United and Spurs a little bit back, but they have got games in hand which could get it a lot closer, if not turn it around there. But either way, points on the board is better than potential points in the bag, aren't they? Either way, Arsenal right now are a very good side, man. They're doing really, really well. They've won each of the last 5 matches in all competitions, including 4 straight Premier League victories over Southampton, West Ham, Leeds and Norwich. I think they bagged 5 against Norwich the other day. And in general, they're doing really, really well. They've had a break as well, actually, a little bit of a break. Their last game against Wolves was cancelled due to COVID. So Arsenal, a little bit rested, though they have got some players out. You got Callum Chambers, Tomiyasu, who's done really well since he joined, Cedric Suarez. So they're both their right backs are out, and also Maitland-Niles. So basically, they're all out apparently because of COVID. So we'll see probably Ben White at right back maybe. I think as well, we might see someone like Smith Rowe come in for maybe Martinelli or something like that. I think Lacazette might play as well, a bit of experience there. But either way, one thing for them is that Arteta's not available as well. Available for selection. Now, Arteta's not available because he's got COVID as well. Apparently, so are some important staff around Arteta. Arteta, though, was very complimentary about City. He said this in his press conference. My feeling is that they are the best team that have existed in the history of the Premier League, and they have proven that consistently throughout the years. That's an incredibly kind thing to say. Love you, Mikel. But yeah, him not being available on the touchline, that's a blow for them. But having said that, they are a very good team, even without, their estranged captain, Aubameyang, who's had a bit of a mare and he's just kind of floating around in the nothingness at the moment. But they're a very good team. They play good football. They're starting to find an identity. The likes of Smith Rowe is one of the best young players in the Premier League. Likewise, Martinelli. Likewise, Saka. They've got quality there. Xhaka's doing pretty well at the moment and so on. Ben Smith's done really well. Ramsdale's done well. They're doing well. They're a good side at the moment. You can't really question that. Having said that, we get to the prediction. Look, I've got to back Manchester City here. I think the team will be really up for it. I think they'll sense a chance. I think they'll sense the blood, basically, currently on show in this week in the press where, Chelsea and Liverpool look fearful at the moment. And whether that's true or not, they definitely smell fearful to me. They really do. And so do the press. And there's a sense that Manchester City, if they win a couple more games in a row and the others drop points, it could be over. It's not over. It won't be over. but there's a sense of it might feel too much. And once you've got that mental victory over your opponent, it can be enough to crush them. So I think City will go for this aggressively. And the way that Arsenal play, they're doing really well at the moment, but it has in the past played into City's hands. So let's see if it does the same again, because we do what they do, but better. Having said that, they're a very good side, but I'm still going to go for City to win this one. I'm going to go 2-1 Man City. I think it'll be a very good game of football, but I think City will control it, and I think they'll be up for it. And then I'm hoping for a Chelsea-Liverpool draw the day after, because that would be wonderful. After that point, I think we're 10 points clear or something like that if that happens. Fingers crossed that happens, because it'd be a wonderful start to 2022. Guys, have a lovely New Year's Eve. It's 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock as I'm filming this right now. Hope you have a wonderful New Year's Eve. Enjoy yourself, and I'll see you tomorrow for the game in a bit. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you to my Patreon producer, Scott Denemy, and all the names currently scrolling down the side of the screen. Download OneFootball in a bit.